Congratulations on all your success. You smell terrific. Why did I say that? Oh, I don't know. Because Kevin Gootee and Nick Whitmer went 20-3 for me. And Nick, how did you do last week?
18-8.
Oh my Christ. Now, to be fair, a lot of those picks, sorry folks, were after the fact. We woke up Sunday morning, put a lot of bets in, but we gave a lot of winners on the air from last week. So if you're following at home, I have now shot up and broke past with that 23 record. I'm now 77-46, 63%. Wowzers. I haven't sniffed this rarefied air in about 3 or 4 years, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Nick Whitmer, I know you're doing equally, if not better.
We're so close. I'm 77, 48-1. So 61.5% roughly.
Wowzer. That's pretty goddamn special. Whelpers, no need to sit here and jerk off into a ceiling fan anymore and tell ourselves how awesome we are. Our numbers show it. Let's fire up the games, but good man. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's do it. We're starting with Thursday Night Football. We started a little late recording, so the game already started, so I don't have the closing numbers, but I think it closed at 11.5, a total of 44.5. With Denver on the road in Kansas City. Kansas City, obviously the favorite. I know you and I hammered, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but it's still 0-0. But we both like the Broncos getting 11. I know it's an ugly bet, but I think that this is going to be the week for ugly bets because I have some numbers here before we get to the other one about I just looked up on my own 9.5 point favorites this season are 6-1 against the spread, 9.5 or more, I should say. Mm-hmm. And the public is destroying this year.
Yeah.
Let me see. I have the numbers here. Where are they? Sorry, guys. I'm not as prepared as I wish I was.
Tipped.
Tick. What's happened?
Tip ball at the line of scrimmage is 4-3.
Beautiful. The public's just destroying it. Okay, the public's hovering around 58%. I can't find the exact numbers, unfortunately, but that's regression. Like the public, the reason why they have all these fancy casinos and all these little meal vouchers and free drinks is because it's a rigged game. You're supposed to only be able to win about 55% of your bets, and that's if you're a professional bettor. Everybody else is donating. So the fact that the public taking all these giant favorites are doing well, we're due for regression, and we have some ugly favorites this week that I think you and I are kind of fading somewhat. We are definitely on the first one, the Broncos plus 11, and I'm also on the under in this game, 47. I believe you're on there too, and then you have a prop, and do you have a fantasy play too?
Yeah, it's all tying together. So you're right, a fantasy play, and we bet it as well. Isaiah Pacheco, $5,700. Cheap. 2 weeks. Denver has given up $177 to Breece Hall and $103 to Khalil Herbert. I mean, Denver is allowing league high rushing yards allowed, 164, and yards per carry 6.1. This is the telltale holy shit. The Broncos have allowed 22 plus points to a running back in 4 of the last 5 games. I have Isaiah Pacheco over 74.5 yards. He already has, let me just double check it, but it looked like it was 15 already with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. So well on our way here.
That's beautiful. I love that. Fan of that. Co-sign that, and I guess now we're on to London, right?
Well, no. We got some numbers here for you. I mean, like you said, we have Denver plus better. 11, Denver plus 11, and the under 47. Denver, look, they're 4-1 against the spread their last 5 against Kansas City, but they're 0-10 straight up. Kansas City has gone under 6 out of their last 9, although when these two teams play over 4 out of their last 6, Kansas City 7-0 straight up at home. But Kansas City under 4 out of their last 5, playing an AFC conference opponent. If you're watching the game, you're seeing the goalposts are shaking like, I don't know, Jeffrey Epstein before trial, which he never got to because he was killed. He didn't kill himself. Okay, folks, let's just here to bust that up. But yeah, Denver
conspiracy corner, baby.
Yeah, Denver has gone over 9 out of the last 10. I don't care. This win is terrible. The Chiefs aren't blowing people out. So we have Denver and the under and Pacheco over. So
and I got a number. Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
got a number
No,
here for
please.
you. Since 2003, double-digit favorites in divisional games are only 120, 148, and 9, 45% against the spread. So that's kind of like we're fading public perception here. Everybody and their brother is going to say that Kansas City is going to destroy Denver. And hey, they might, but I feel like we have these like 55% advantages right now that we just have to play. We kind of have to auto bet them in a sense, like, because if you take every major dog in this week, Broncos, the Giants and the Panthers. Like I really feel like 2 out of 3 of them are going to cover this week. It's just that kind of week. So if you bet them all and you win 2 out of 3, then you're in the black. That's a good week. So that's kind of like where my head is at in this week of terrible, ugly games. But now we are on to London, where we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are getting 4 points with a total of 42. I have not bet this game, but I probably am going to unload on the Ravens. I have been fading the Ravens all week or all year. Looked pretty great last week, huh? The Ravens should have won by about 31 points. They lost by 7. It was beautiful. I had
the Steelers tease and I had them plus 4.5. I go, well, the teaser's going to be fine. And then that safety, I go, wait a minute. And then, wow, the deep ball to Pickett put us winning outright. And that's a large run right here by the Detroit running back. I don't know who that is. I can't see. Is that Javonte Williams? Looks like it.
Yeah, Javonte Williams is fucking solid. Yep. I wish we would have just not drafted Najee and just took him in the second round. But yeah, whatever. Revisionist history. What are you going to do?
Keep running that ball and eating that clock up, baby. That's all we want. Baltimore. Oh, God. Sorry.
Yeah. No, Tennessee is missing their nose tackle. He's paramount to stopping the run. We saw last week what Zach Moss did to them when he came out of the game. And then Simmons, which is their best defensive tackle and best pass rusher, is iffy to play. He's not healthy. Those two guys are so important because the secondary in Tennessee is not very strong.
Picked.
Oh, my God. What a terrible interception, dude. What a terrible pick. Come on, Russ. Wake up, dude. So I think the Ravens have a good chance to kind of blow the doors off the Titans. I know Vrabel does a dog getting 4 points. You're going to have every single trend in America going for him. But I think this is going to be a public dog, and I'm in the mood to fade public perception at the moment. The Ravens really should have won last week. There was some dropped passes. I think they had about 7 dropped passes, and it wasn't just dropped passes; it dropped touchdown passes. It was bad. And then Lamar just shrinks in big moments against the Steelers for some reason. He looked very un-Lamar like, so I feel like he'll be back to his usual self. So I'm going to lean the Ravens for now. I'm probably going to bet it. Also, the over is in play, and the Ravens team total over are both in play. I'm debating on which one I want to do. I know the Ravens are already there in London, and the Titans are traveling in later. And we saw the Bills traveling later last week, and they just the Bills were just slow. They didn't have a first down the first quarter. It was just very un-Bills like, and they lost that game. So I worry about where Tennessee is in terms of their fatigue. So I wonder if Baltimore team total over is better than game total over, simply because, I mean, this could be a 6 point out for the Titans, an 8, 9 point, 10 point game for them. So the Ravens are going to win. I think they're going to cover. So I will take them at some point. I haven't yet. What do you have on this one?
I have that favorites of a field goal or more when going overseas, 24-7 straight up, 20-12 against the spread. Ravens 5-2 against the spread, their last 7, 4-1 against the spread, their last 5 on the road, 7-3 straight up when playing on the road, quote unquote. I guess this for this week against Tennessee. The only thing that scares me is the aforementioned Mike Vrabel when catching 3 or more. He's tough, but like you just said, they are there. They've been there since Monday. The Titans are leaving tonight. Right now, as we speak, they're flying. They're doing the red eye there. And we saw what happened with the Bills. I just can't see, again, after Baltimore, the way they just got wamboozled against your Steelers. I just don't see a world that they lose this game, let alone not even cover. I already bet a -4, so I'm already in.
Nice. I'm going to be with you. I just haven't done it yet. Do we have any fantasy plays or anything for this one, or should we move on to the next game?
No, I don't like any fantasy play. I mean, again, Zay Flowers is a guy, and he had a decent week last week. The Tennessee secondary sucks. You want to play Zay Flowers as one of your 3 receivers in daily fantasy? You have my blessing.
I think Zay Flowers is maybe the only Raven receiver worth playing.
Mark Andrews is the other one.
Yeah, as tight end, and he's okay too, but he hasn't done much this season, right? I mean, yeah, we're back to only having one good tight end in the league, it seems. Well, Kittle caught a couple last week.
Caught 3.
Wow, that dude is fucking wide open. Kelsey, speak of the devil. I don't know how, like, if I was playing the Chiefs, I would just be like double Kelsey and try to get a pass rush, and then whatever happens. Like, if we lose, whatever, we lose. But we're not going to let Kelsey be wide the fuck open 18 yards down the field. Like, what the fuck was that? It's terrible. And they committed a penalty. They couldn't even cheat well. Defense. All right, on to the next game. We are back stateside with a 1:00 slate. The first game, dude, this game is insane. The 49ers now favored by 10 points with a total of 36 at the Cleveland Browns. Oh man, this game before we got on here, Watson was announced out, which I don't know what's up with this dude. He's like, I mean, to say he's shady is, pretty accurate. But
some would say a bitch, but that's just someone being me.
That too. But he was medically cleared to play 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, right? He had a bye week. So, like, what is happening? Like, he's just not going to play. So I guess it's PJ Walker. When this was at 7.5, I mentioned you actually, when it was 7, I texted you and I was like, hey, what if Watson plays in this number? Because I think it opened at San Francisco -3. Yeah, I was like, what if he plays? Because I was like, how could he not play? He just had a bye week and he was medically cleared to play the week before. So how could he possibly not play this game? Like, this is a no-brainer. Maybe we should take the 7. And you said, let's wait till 7.5. And we did. We waited until 7.5. And then you texted me, hey, it's 8.5. And now I'm looking, it's fucking 10. So this is a dead bet. It's fucking dead. I teased the 49ers to 8.5 with the Chargers. I'm sorry,
2.5. You meant to say
when they were at 8.5, I teased them down to 2.5 with the Chargers getting 8. Now that it's at 10, I mean, it's either dog or pass. But I mean, we do have some good numbers here on Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator for the Browns. Kyle Shanahan has faced Jim Schwartz 9 times. Shanahan is 1-8 in those matchups, and his offense has only scored 20 points just once. This was a dream matchup. I mean, this was like the dead spot. It's an AFC team on the road. They just came off beating the Cowboys. This was the worst spot for the 49ers.
Turn around, you idiot. Picks!
Hey, there we go.
That's an awful throw by Mahomes there. That was a duck. Oof. And that's a red zone turnover.
He has a few of those lately.
Yeah, the Jets he was putting up for grabs.
Yeah, so I like Jim Schwartz. I like this defensive line. I do think there is one weakness for San Francisco. It's the right side of the offensive line, and that is the side of the field that Myles Garrett plays on. So I was just loving this game. I was like, I couldn't wait every time it went up a little bit, and I just can't believe Watson's not playing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something more serious than we're led to believe. But the fucking coach, the Monday after he didn't play and they got shellacked by the Ravens, was like, he was medically cleared to play, but he said he couldn't go, which to me was like a shots fired. So is this him sitting out again to be a little bitch, as you said?
Yeah, or maybe he's like, listen, guys, I have such a lineup of masseuses coming in. I can't be bothered playing on Sunday. I need to get laid out and rubbed and tugged, and then let's just nature take a course.
It's Masseuse Con in Cleveland, so
that's the last place I would ever attend any kind of convention. Period. I have a fantasy. Thank you for that laugh. I appreciate it. Hot trash player of the week, Deebo Samuel. Hey, newsflash! It's gonna be shitty in Cleveland weather-wise this week. By the way, do you know the only time that this town saw hope for the football team is when Kevin Costner made 5 that doesn't happen trades in the movie Draft Day? That's the only time that this town had any kind of hopes for this awful team. But yeah, it's going to be absolute garbage weather out there. 20 to 35 mile per hour winds, 65% chance of rain. I mean, the over-under is already 37.5. He's only had 1.5 targets average in the last 2 games. I mean, maybe they do some end arounds, reverses, and all that such, but you're going to pay $6,700 or $6,100 for Deebo Samuel? Not me. That's going to be a run game. No.
We've seen San Francisco playing these kind of like last year when they played Chicago, and the year before that they played, I think, Washington in these like torrential downpour games and these bad wind and stuff. This is supposed to be one of those games. It's supposed to be terrible wind.
Right.
So when Shanahan plays in these games, he like really shuts things down, plays conservative, runs the ball, and basically says, I have better athletes than you. I'm perfectly fine winning this game 10-3. That's why I really loved the Browns, but it's all up in the air now with PJ Walker allegedly being the quarterback here. So do what you will with that.
I teased the Niners to 2.5, and they also paired that with the Rams -1. I know you hate teasing totals, but you apparently don't like free money, because I'm teasing the Niners under to 44.5 and Arizona over 41.5. I think that game is easily going to be 24-20 Rams. I mean, I think Stafford's going to have a nice day out there. So Rams over teased with the Niners under, and the Niners teased with the Rams. So there you have it.
Nice. We are on to the next game. Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored by 13.5 with a total of 47.5. Man, oh man, as I mentioned before, it's the Panthers are pass. I haven't hit it yet. If it gets to 14, I might be laying this or eating this, I should say. But we'll see. I mean, this is a game where like there's no absolute reason to take the Carolina Panthers. But that's why I kind of want to. You know, it's if you're just fading public perception, you're gonna do well in the long run. And right now, obviously,
these idiots, he's down.
They stink.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you have anything on this game apart from that? You have any fancy plays, any props, anything like that? Because other than taking the points, that if it gets to 14, I got nothing.
I would rather see the Paw Patrol movie in the theater again, like I did last week, than touch this game. Absolutely not. They say he fumbled. Is this a fumble? He is.
His butt is down. His
butt's down. He's way down. I thought he was down.
God, he's way down.
These refs stink. I mean, at first blush, I'm like, he's down. That ball's out now. Yeah, he's down. They retained the ball. Thank you. No, I have no play on this game. I don't give a shit. I will. Oh, back to the San Fran game. Just some numbers. Niners 5 out of their 5 the last games against an AFC division. Cleveland has gone 9 out of 11 under. Niners against the Browns 5 out of 5 under. Cleveland has gone under 6 out of 6 at home. And the Niners 13-3 their last 16 against the spread. They're 5-0 straight up. Cleveland 0-6 their last 6 games played in week 6. Who cares? Also 1-6 straight up their last 7 played in October. But this game's got under, and this game has got San Fran written all over it. I hope that's a first down. Beautiful. So that's it. Yeah, but yeah, nothing on Carolina at all. I don't care. Pass.
Got it. We are on to the next game here. Oh, it's DraftKings is trying to make me bet this game. I'm not trying to bet this game. Don't do that. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are home dog, getting 3 points with a total of 44. Mm-hmm. We both are on Chicago, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is that just me?
No,
yeah.
I'm on a +3 as well. I told you that. Yeah.
We got the +3. It's gonna be bad weather. Kirk Cousins outside without Justin Jefferson. The Bears are playing well. They're getting some defensive players back in the secondary, especially. Should help this terribly pitiful defense. And the Bears are just playing good now. I feel like they found their groove. They know what they want to do. The Vikings defense is weak. They blitz a lot, but they don't get a lot of pressure. So I'm not really sure, if they're going to blitz Fields or not, but if you're not getting pressure, I don't really care if you're blitzing, I guess is the point. So I love the Bears. I'm also going to take a look at this total, thinking about taking the under here. Haven't fired it in yet. It's currently sitting at 44, but with the weather, I did take this under. Mm-hmm. The reason why I messed up is because we got it at 46 because we're fucking good at what we do.
I didn't take the over. I don't have any total this game. I don't like to take totals unless I know it's going to be bad. If I'm going over, I wait.
Oh, yeah, I went under 46. Did you?
Oh, you did? No, I didn't touch that. No, I didn't touch that.
Earlier in the week, it was 46. I hit it at 46. Sorry for giving out the stale line, but I'm just giving you what I bet. It's currently 44. I would maybe even take the under at 44, but I love it at 46. We have anything else in this one? You like the Bears? You have any numbers to back it up? You have any fantasy plays?
Fantasy sleeper Cole Kmet, $4,600. The cat's out of the bag, and Nick Whitmer is out of the closet. Cole Kmet.
Hey, not yet.
His last 3 games, Cole Kmet, 12 for 127 and 3 touchdowns. That is a very porous Vikings defense for $4,600. That's not a bad play at all. He is the hot hand. It's DJ Moore's 1 and Cole Kmet's 2, and there's no one else catching that ball as a third option. So that's a cheap price. I have also some numbers. The under Minnesota, 4 out of their last 5, so that's going to help you out. Minnesota 2-8-1 against the spread their last 11. They're 1-5 straight up, although they are 5-2 against the spread their last 7 against Chicago. Bears are 2-10-1 against the spread their last 13. I know the last time I took the Bears plus D was against Tampa Bay, and they were in it to the very end until they threw that dildo pick 6 on their own 10-yard line. Yuck. I think the Bears Thursday night proved a little something that they're not quitting, and I think that Minnesota's just so wonky and weird and no JJ, and it's going to be a trashy day. I think 3 is a gift, and that's why we don't look gift horses in the mouth.
Yeah, I love divisional home dogs, especially. It's just a good price for me at 3, especially. Yep. We are on to the next one. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati is currently favored by 3 points with a total of 45. This was a tough one for me. At 2.5, I kind of want Cincy, but it's going to be kind of a public side. Everybody's going to be on Burrow after that performance. I'm a little dubious. Was it just Arizona's bad defense, or is he truly back and feeling good? Seattle's defense is
terrible.
Pretty decent. No, they're pretty decent. Their numbers aren't really. I mean, listen, we got to play Daniel Jones last week. I say I like the Seahawks 2 weeks ago. So that probably makes their numbers look better, but they are getting better on defense, I should say. But I would say Cincy minus 2.5. I kind of like that, but I haven't taken it because it's sitting here at 3 still. But we're at minus 3 plus 100. So the plus 3 is minus 120. So can I get a 2.5 DraftKings? I'm sure it's 2.5 somewhere else.
You can alt line it. I did jump on it at 2.5. I already fired in Cincinnati minus 2.5. And here are some numbers that are going to sway you. Geno Smith 0-3 straight up and against the spread after his bye. Seattle of late straight up 0-3 after a bye. Of their Pete Carroll after the bye 4-6. Seattle 4-9 against the spread their last 13. They are 5-2 straight up their last 7, but Cincinnati Bengals 8-1 straight up their last 9 at home. I think I got them at 2.5. And what else? You know how they like to get cute. Look at this face. Can you say no to that face? No. I tease them. Thank you. Did a 7-point teaser. I teased the Seahawks to plus 10 and the Bears to plus 9.5. I think those are solid plays. Or was it a 6.5? No, it was a 6.5 point teaser. Excuse me. So I did those 2, and that's what I have for this game. I think I can middle this and hit it just fine. And of course, they can't get the ball on a 3rd and short, you dickheads. But yeah,
what are you doing?
I think Cincinnati can win this game by a field goal, but I don't think they're going to go more than that.
I actually have Cincinnati minus 2.5 on FanDuel. I completely forgot. I'm sorry, I'm very unorganized at the moment, but I just found it on my FanDuel thing, and I thought I did bet that. So yeah, Cincinnati minus 2.5 makes that a best bet between the two of us. Let's get this fucking money, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
Now we on to the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are favored by 4 with a total of 44. I think you and I both hammered this at 4.5, right? Colts
yes,
plus
we did.
4.5.
Yeah,
4. I still like it. Jags coming back from London. We've seen that's not exactly a great spot without taking your bye week. Jags off 2 huge wins. I think they're going to slam back to earth. The Colts are just playing good. I like Minshew better than Richardson. I know Richardson has a higher ceiling and is probably a better dual threat, and they can run the intended offense that they really want with Richardson. But Minshew's look good every time he gets into the game. I like how he throws the ball down the field a little bit. I love the Colts still. I actually like it better that Minshew's playing. So that's what I have. What do you got?
The Colts are the goddamn Jacksonville Jaguars whipping boy. They're 1-7 against the spread their last 8, but they being Jacksonville, coming home without taking a bye from London. I wish I had the number on that. and it's staggering how bad they are. I know they're coming home.
Last week we saw the number was every team that came into London came back from London without taking a bye week. It was 10 teams, and now it's 11 last week. Every one of those teams entering the fourth quarter have either been trailing or tied entering the fourth quarter. So last week I hit the Texans money line, third quarter money line, and it hit. They outscored them 3-0 in the third quarter. The Falcons were last week, but the Falcons were losing. They only had 7 points in the first half, so it's not a good spot coming back. So I think maybe you should even look into the Colts first half.
Yeah, I had Texans first half, which covered late on a field goal, so I was happy. But then I teased them, and they also had them. That's one. Did I have them with +2? I teased them, and I had them +2. I pushed for 1. So yeah, and that's why +4.5 is too wonky of a number. Divisional team, you're getting Minshew. He's going to be winging the ball a little bit more. You're going to get Jonathan Taylor with more. He's going to be a little less of a pitch count. Jags run defense, not all that great. I think 4.5 is too many. I went heavy on the Colts this week.
There we go. The Commanders at the Falcons. Falcons are favored by 2.5 with a total of 42. Gun to my head, I like the Commanders. I don't know if I'm going to bet it. I probably will have it in my pools, but I think these are pretty close teams. I think the Falcons might get 1 point for home field, which to me would make the line -1.5, maybe at tops. I'm still getting a point in value here. And then the Commanders coming off a terrible loss and coming off some extra rest playing last Thursday. So I might be on this. We'll see. But at the moment, I'm just taking I'm just going to pass it for now.
I would rather watch Andy Reid ingest 3 cases of ribs and then stand in the bathroom as he unloads the smelliest dump this side of the Mississippi. I have no desire for this game whatsoever. I don't know. I don't care. Pass, and triple pass.
Saints at Texans. The Texans are getting 1.5 at home as a home dog, and the total is 42. Usually I love divisional home dogs. I really do. I worry about the value here with Stroud and playing so well, and now he's playing a real defense. I might end up on the Saints side here. There's a lot of ones I haven't bet yet, and this is one of them. I lean Saints for sure, but that's the only thing I have on this at the moment. We tease this too. I tease Chicago to 8.5 and Houston to 7.5. Seems to be like the good play. I still love that play at the moment, and instead of sitting right here at 1.5 for you to tease too. So go and do it now.
I just may. But I tell you what, the easiest bet of them all is, I'm surprised you missed this. Unlike being in a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith and finding out you've been separated for the last 7 years, you know exactly what you're getting with the Saints. What are you getting? 11 straight unders. The Saints have gone under all 5 they played this year. They've kept all their opponents under 20 points a game, as well as leading back to last year, 12 straight games, keeping opponents under 21 points. Houston has gone under 4 out of their last 5 against an NFC team. Hold on a second. And here's Kelsey open again. Jesus Christ, you idiots.
Like, just cover him and no one else. Like, right. Who else are they going to throw it to?
The total's gone under 4 out of their last 5 games Houston has played in October. I'm on the Saints under. That number is, I didn't write it down. Oh, yeah, there I did write it down.
42 right now.
I got 42.5 on FanDuel, and that was, 5 o'clock this afternoon. So I think this has got under. I think Houston's got a pretty good pass defense. It is. And we all know the Saints have a good defense. I don't think any teams are, even with the Saints, I had the Saints under last week. They put up, 35? And I still wasn't sweating because the Pats couldn't score shit.
Yeah, that was the thing of beauty. I loved having the Saints -1.5.
Mm-hmm.
And just knowing that was going to win after the first 5 minutes of the game, and then knowing that the under was going to cash, even though the Saints put up 30. That was just hilarious. Now we are on to the team that they walloped. The Patriots are getting 3 points in Las Vegas versus the Raiders with a total of 41. This is one I love the under, but I haven't taken it. I will be on this under for sure. And I love the Pats +3. I have the Pats +3. I know they suck. But they've had a tough schedule. Honestly, they played nothing but really good teams so far. This is the first bad team they played in a while, at least. And I think the Raiders are phony. I don't think they're good. I mean, even that Monday Night Football game, it was like Green Bay did everything in their power to make sure the Raiders won that game. 3 is just too many points. I mean, are you really going to tell me that Vegas is 2 points better if they get 1 for home field, or 1.5 points better than New England? I don't think so. I mean, New England very well could have beaten Philly, very well could have beaten Miami. They were in both those games. We forget about that because it was so long ago, and the last 2 weeks have been dreadful. But betting these teams off these embarrassing losses is actually very good. And I have some numbers here for you as well.
Please.
So this is crazy. But dogs off of a shutout, 44-26 against the spread, 63%. Road dogs off of a 20-point loss, 50-26 against the spread. Bill Belichick off double-digit losses, 25-9-1 against the spread, 74%. And 9-6-1 of those are without Tom Brady, and 4-2-1 of those are with Jones. New England has played nothing but good defenses, good schedules. This is the bad team. They finally get to play a bad team. And I love it. I have one more number here. Teams who only scored 3 points in 2 games, which is what the Patriots did the last 2 weeks. It's only happened 8 times in the last 20 years.
Right.
Those teams the following week, 7-1 against the spread. So give me the Pats +3.
I could see it. It's more of it's a trust factor. I can't trust the Patriots except to lose and not score points. I see the logic. I just can't do it. So I'm passing this game.
Fair enough. I'm actually logging into into my account right now to make sure I hit this. And on to the next game, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. The Jets are getting 7 with a total of 41. I don't know if I have anything on this game. Lean under, lean the Jets for sure. Would love the hook. If I got 7.5, I would 100% be on the Jets, but I can't do it at 7. So it's a pass for me.
I'm back to my old tricks. I'm on Philadelphia money line first half. It's not even funny how bad.
Did they get that?
Are. What's that?
Get that? Did they just went for? Did they get that?
Oh, I didn't see. I was looking away. Oh shit!
Oh
really?
My god! They did a fake field goal, ran up the middle. God, if Broncos stopped them, this under is looking delicious, dude. Sorry for people listening. People are like, dude, just give us the picks. I know, but we're in this. We're being present, okay? So fuck off.
They're saying that Philly has gone 10-2 first half. What are they saying? Are they challenging this? What's going on? First down, Denver. Beautiful.
Yep. Dumb decision. Just take the fucking 3, Andy. Come on.
Don't be heroes. Yeah.
Don't be wrong. I'm stoked, but
I have Philadelphia first half money line, and I also have a money line parlay. I didn't mention this. I have Kansas City, Miami, Buffalo, Philly, 4-way money line parlay because I just think all those guys are gonna romp, and I don't feel like laying double digits in 3 out of those 4 games. So there.
Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams favored by 7 with a total of 49. I took it at 48. 49 is not bad though. 51 is obviously a big key number, and 47 is another key number. So 49 isn't crucial. So if you still like the over, I would take 49, but I'm happier with 48 obviously because you always want the value. But other than that, that's all I have. You have any picks, any plays, any props on this game? The
numbers are just so staggering. A lot of this was that McVay owned, Cliff Kingsbury, different team I know, but Arizona's just so goddamn bad. They're 2-10-1 their last 13 against the Rams, 2-11 straight up, 0-5 straight up their last 5 on the road. Rams are 4-1-1 against the spread in their last 6. The under has gone 4 out of the Rams' last 6, but Rams are 4-1 against the spread their last 5 at home. Like I said before, tease the Rams to 1. And then with the Niners 2.5, and then the over of the Rams game, the 41.5 with the Niners under 44.5. I think Matt Stafford, though, is a great fantasy play. That Arizona pass defense is porous, with the exception of the Dallas game where they got shut down. But other than that, they've just been their ass cheeks pushed open and their shit pushed in every week. So that's what I have for this game.
It looks like the Patriots are shading towards 2.5. So I just fired in Pats +3, so I make sure I got it in. Pats +3 on DraftKings. 2.5 everywhere else besides MGM. So I'm glad I got it in. Sorry,
Great.
just for the update. I'm just betting this right now. Perfect.
For all the people, for all of our fans in this who grade us, please make sure you make note of that.
Yeah, I know, right? Next game, Detroit Lions at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks are home dogs of 3 points with a total of 42. I would love to get 3.5 here and take the Bucks. However, I did hear Mike Evans is injured and banged up. I think he's pretty important to this team.
Limited practice today. I have in fantasy, so I'm
limited in practice. All right, well that's better than not practicing.
Right.
Yeah. So people have pointed it out. It's bad. It's a bad sign if you don't practice off of a bye week. So, that's it to me. It's dog or pass. I got nothing else. What do you got?
Everyone wants to poop on Goff, but there was one stat on here, and I sent you today, that when a team plays, here it is, when a team plays a home game and then they go to Tampa to play, teams are 26-35. That's interesting. I don't know about this game. I could see the Lions are really good. Their defense is batting down the hatches. I can honestly see this game going either way. Even if it gets to 3-5, I think it's just going to be a pass for me no matter what.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting some Tampa Bay money here because it's +3 -102 at the moment. Detroit. We're getting some public love on Detroit here, but nothing as of now here for me. But I will get it if it hits 3.5, which it might. I'm all over Tampa Bay.
Russ Wilson, 5 out of 6 for 17 yards.
Wow, man. God, those stats are just fucking trade for Taysom Hill and let him be the quarterback, for fuck's sake.
Could you imagine how hard Pete Carroll was giggling when Denver's like, hey, listen, would you guys be willing to part with Russ? Tip ball. Okay.
Jesus Christ. I just don't I'm just so I thought Russell Wilson 5 years ago had an argument to be the best quarterback in football. He was so good and he just fell off of a cliff, and I just don't. It's not like he had an Achilles or an ACL.
Yeah, his Achilles is Ciara.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but he was married to her for a little bit before I don't know. Oh, Lord, just not good. Speaking of not good, we have your New York Football Giants
Eat it,
plus
Dick.
14.5 at the Buffalo Bills. Hey, listen, now that it's 14.5. Are we taking this Giants team? Are we doing it?
Nope. Well, here. I better get some last week. I teased them. I had Miami first half money line. That was a no-brainer. They were getting a little bit wonky. Tua was throwing a few picks. How many points have the Giants scored in the first half all year, Nick Whitmer? How many touchdowns? Do you know?
The one, right?
Pick 6. That's week. It was pick 6.
It was lucky as fuck. That's a crazy thing about that game is Tua was doing everything he could to make sure they didn't cover, and they still covered. What was it? 12 it closed at 12.
Yeah, I believe so. And that's why I tease it, because I don't trust that. Give me the blow the touchdown, and that was a no brainer.
And in our Dr. Eaver pool, I actually laid the 11.5, and I never once. Well, I actually towards the end there, I was like, is Tyrod Taylor really going to backdoor me right now again? I mean, geez.
I went with the Giants. I went with the Bills first half money line. I think the worst thing that could have happened was they go down over to London, and I had the Jags and the first half money line and a teaser. I had the Jags so many different ways. That was the worst thing that happened in the world for the Giants. Now they come home, to Buffalo. They're playing the Giants. By the way, Daniel Jones stinks worse than, I don't know, Paris Hilton after dancing for 6 hours in a club downstairs, if you get my point. Wink, wink. He stinks in prime time. It's something abysmal. I mean, I don't even know if he has a win. I forgot what it was. I didn't write it down. I should have.
Yeah,
he's awful. He's awful prime time. And the last thing you need is the Bills, who had a bad loss in Jacksonville, to come home Sunday night and not demolish my New York Giants. I have no faith in this team this week. And but that's I just don't have the heart to lay the 14 or take the 14.5, because I know in the end it's gonna be something 35-10.
I might consider Giants first half spread, because Bills coming back from London, they looked sloppy last week when they started the game. I could see maybe a little bit of layover here.
Did you not just hear the stats where I told you they have not scored an offensive touchdown all first half all year? Did you not?
Yeah, but we're talking about we're talking about regression here. Is Brian Daboll the worst coach in the NFL?
No, he's coach of the year last year, for Christ's sake.
Right.
What a fucking playoff game.
So they're gonna eventually be a decent below average team. They're not going to be the worst team in the league, right? Like the Giants have a good coach. They have too much talent to be the worst team in football. So I think some of these stats and some of these things, almost like Denver. I mean, Denver's defense historically terrible coming in this game, and we're looking at it as a 3-0 game in second quarter. So it's the NFL. These guys are professionals. These guys can play bad for during the stretches, but I just don't see like the Giants just being the league's laughingstock the entire season. Eventually, they're going to be competent, at the very least competent.
They had Washington next week. That team we beat the shit out of every week, every year.
Right. So you could almost see them beating, not beating, but them playing the Bills tough, and then next week they get the win, and then all of a sudden they're playing better, and then they put 2 in a row together, and the Giants are like, all of a sudden you look up and they're like 4-7, and you're like, well, you know, maybe. Yeah, but like they're not the worst team in the league. And again, cover Kelsey, you idiots. What are you doing? So yeah, I don't know. This game's I know one thing. I'm not taking the Bills for sure.
Too many guys on defense banged up, but I think they just come out and torch them after taking a beating like that. Oh, look at they finally get throw the ball to somebody else besides Kelsey. Yeah, no. So I have no play besides Giants first half for that game. That's all.
We were on, and that's also Sunday night. Like,
if
this game was at 1:00, dude, I would be all over Danny Dimes. But Danny Dimes, when he plays in primetime, he's Peter Pennies. He's terrible. he's the worst fucking. He makes Kenny Pickett look like a Pro Bowler in primetime games. So that's my biggest. Honestly, that is my biggest. I'm not taking.
There's Pacheco. There's Pacheco. There he goes. That's at least 15 yards.
That's a good run.
Yeah.
All right. So now on to that was the Sunday night game. Now on to the last game of the week. We have the Dallas Cowboys favored by 2 on the road at the Chargers. Sorry, with a total of 50.5. Kind of a home game for the Cowboys, though, in Los Angeles, with the Chargers not having any fans whatsoever. Earlier in the week, this dipped down to 1.5, and I texted you. I was like, bro, we have to take this. So we took Dallas at 1.5, and then subsequently I have teased the Chargers twice. One time I mentioned it with San Francisco, another time with Washington. Washington getting 8.5, and the Chargers getting 8. So that's what I have on this game. I think Kellen Moore, there's some familiarity here, but Cowboys coming off a terrible loss in primetime, going to be ready to go Monday night. At their second home, their home away from home, Los Angeles. I love it. I think Cowboys are going to probably win this game. The Chargers do nothing but play close games, so it'll probably be 31-28 Cowboys, something along those lines. I'll take the boys.
Yeah, they make me sick having to root for those bunch of queefs, but here we are. I'd rather win money than watch myself get angry for not putting money on a game that I know that was going to happen. I agree with you for all those points. I think that Dallas, after getting thoroughly embarrassed, are going to come out, and like you said, it's going to be virtually a home game for them. I got some numbers here for you. We all know
love numbers.
Well, who doesn't? We don't just give out bets or picks on feelings and then say you're welcome. No. Thank you. The Chargers.
Who's that directed at?
I know. The Chargers. I took +1.5, like 1 or 1.5. +1.5 I got in the first half. Justin Herbert is 15-7 against the spread in the first half, 11-2 against the spread the first half in prime time. Now, where you want to do next? Fade him second half. 2-10-1 in the second half. I do want to watch the game, see how the tempo goes. Again, I think that I know Charger off the bye. I know Eckler's back. Thank God I have him in one of my leagues. But I think Dallas is going to be they're going to be just out of their tits, insanely angry, especially although they are in their head, especially with Kittle saying "fuck the Cowboys" shirt. They're still harping about that, and that was Wednesday. They were still talking. I think Dallas wins. I don't know if I got him at 1.5 or 2 though. I'm still not going to burn me at 2, but I think I got him at 2. I wrote down 2. But yeah, I love the Herbert first half plus 1.5 for that game. And I also teased the Chargers to 8 with the Texans catching 7.5. I think, as we said before, Dallas is going to be keeping it quasi close. They're going to win the game, but it's I like Dallas. What can I tell you? Why did my Amazon Prime just freeze on me? Oh well, who cares?
It happened to me on that Pacheco run too, but we're back. Tony just scored a touchdown.
Oh, I'm playing against him. God damn it.
Yeah, let's miss this extra point. Let's keep this 9-zip. Come on. He hit it. 10-zip. There's a flag. There's a flag, guys. There's a flag.
But guys, Kelsey has 109 yards. It's not even halftime yet. I'm playing against him too. Christ.
How many yards does he have?
109.
Already?
Oh,
Jesus. Sean Payton, there's so much evidence to suggest that this guy is a bad coach now. He's a bad, you go into this game and your mindset, your game plan is like, you know what? Let's not cover Kelsey. Let's focus on who. There's no one else, dude. Cover Kelsey. Who are these coaches who are so arrogant? All right. Now it's still 10-0. He hit the extra point after the penalty. Damn it. I just don't get this. Sean Payton, man, he should have stayed retired. He had a dream gig at Fox, making money, talking football, and now he's going to put a really ugly end to his career. Going to make his Hall of Fame, what do you want to call it?
Resume
induction. It's gonna tank it. He's gonna be like, he might not make it in now because of what the fuck he's doing here. But, yeah, what a mistake this fucking thing was. Anyway, we're crushing it, guys. 61%, 63%, 62%, something like that. Follow us, guys. If you're watching the show on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe. Go to the little bell thing and click that. You know what to do. If you're listening to this as a podcast, like us, give us a review, give us a 5-star review, ask us a question in the reviews. We'll read it and answer the question on the air. And yeah, if you're watching the clips on Instagram, just know there's a lot more than just the clips. You should watch the whole show on YouTube or in any podcatcher you like. Is there any other business to attend to here, Kevin, before we'll have another delicious 62% week?
Oh my Christ. No, just make sure you follow at Kevin Gootee, at Nick Whitmer on our socials. You want to check out Gutting the Sacred Cow podcast, the best goddamn movie review, movie debate podcast, because this current week, as you hear this, the Royal Tenenbaums. I just taped with Don Jameson doing Goodfellas. Wowzer, what an episode.
I still can't believe that.
Wait till you hear the episode. I will. Don made some pretty good points.
Did he?
He did. He really did.
Give me one. Can you give me one?
He hates the storytelling is disjointed a little bit, and the voiceover takes him out of it. And one thing I do agree with him on that we all did agree on, when Joe Pesci gets shot, the movie really slows down. And that's because everyone can quote till their tits fall off the first 3/4 of the film. But then when he's going to jail and
third act.
Right. Well, yeah. I would say like halfway into the third act, that really slows down. And then you're just like, But again, the first 3/4, no one's going to argue, is pure gangbusters, straight gas, all no brakes. But that part, he's dead right. Because everyone, when you watch it, if you catch it at whatever point, it passes the remote test. But do you stay the entire time? Or do you say, I don't need to see the part where Henry's baking, Coke with the babysitter and his wife?
Yeah, I mean, I think like once he gets removed from the gang and everything, and he's trying to do his own thing or whatever. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
yeah,
but
that's one point. I will splurge on giving to you.
Voiceover is usually an indication that the movie stinks, because what people don't realize in movies is like a lot of times voiceover is added after the fact, after they shoot a movie and they watch it and they string it together and go, this shit doesn't make sense. It's because